Winter returns. Snow is falling across the metro on this Weather Action Day.
And I'm tracking the storm as it's moving through Colorado and just getting started. I'll let you know how much we expect snowfall-wise.
Gas prices in Colorado are inching closer to $4 a gallon.
I think it's going to get uglier quite a bit.
We're looking at one option to save you money on gas and some of the options lawmakers are looking at to bring prices down.
It should be fun. It should be interesting to watch.
The Broncos are suddenly Super Bowl contenders. We talk the blockbuster trade that brought Russell Wilson to the Mile High City.
It's like we're getting Peyton Manning all over again.
But we begin with breaking news at 11. A grand jury has indicted Mesa County's Tina Peters in a voting system breach. The indictment claims that Peters was part of a scheme to breach voting system technology used across the country. She's facing 11 counts. Mesa County's deputy clerk is also charged in that case. Of course, the other big story at 11, snow is moving into the metro. On the left, you're looking live from downtown Denver. A few snowflakes out there falling. And on the right, this is what it looks like up there near Vail. It is snowing, and that snow is definitely sticking on the roads. And much more snow is coming. The radar shows snow up and down the Front Range and there in the high country. Now, we have team coverage here at 11, but we want to begin today with meteorologist Stacey Donaldson, because Stacey, this snow is going to be one of those all day long kind of storms.
It will be, and the roads will be progressively worse as we head into the afternoon and evening. Temperatures are very cold out there right now. We're sitting at 16 degrees downtown, 15 in Commerce City, and 17 in Lakewood. But you factor in the wind, feels like it's 2 below, 8 below in Sterling, and 3 below for Greeley. Temperatures in the teens and 20s for wind chill up in the high country. So it's actually feeling a little warmer in the mountains than it is here for the Front Range. We have advisories and warnings all across the state. Everything shaded in pink is a winter storm warning. Most of those in effect until tomorrow morning for the eastern plains and up towards Steamboat. And that's where we'll see the heavier snowfall as we go through the next 24 hours. We are under a winter weather advisory here for the Front Range, and we'll continue to see the snow for this afternoon and this evening, not only here, but up toward Fort Collins, in towards Cheyenne, and across the eastern plains. This is going to become more wide in its coverage as we go through the rest of the afternoon and evening, but bet on that snow sticking around all day. Temperatures in the teens to around 20 for our afternoon. And then as we go into tomorrow, things will start to change once again, and I'll have your complete forecast coming up.
All right, Stacey, thank you. Now, this is what the snow looked like in Louisville just a few hours ago. Denver 7's Christian Lopez has been north of Denver all morning. She joins us live from Westminster now, where the wind has picked up. Christian?
Yeah, Jason, it has, and it's making it feel a lot colder out here. And we're going to zoom into these flags across the street. You can see the blue and red flags over there, and you can see how they're blowing in the wind. As far as the snow right now, it's coming down lightly, and road conditions, you can see a lot of traffic going up and down this hill, but it seems like drivers are maintaining their speed at around 50 miles an hour. And the snow right now is dry, so it's not really sticking to the ground that much right now, you can see, but they do look very slick. So if you're headed out, just be very careful. And if you're also out and about today, just make sure to bundle up, because like I mentioned, it is very, very cold out here. I'm going to send it back to you in the studio, Jason.
All right, Christian Lopez in Westminster, thank you. Now, the snow is also falling in Denver. Denver 7's Jessica Crawford is live near Spear and Lincoln. Jessica, what's it like out there?
I'm out here at Spear and Lincoln, where we are getting plenty of flurries, but not quite as many as we saw earlier this morning around 7 a.m. when we were at Empower Field. One thing that you're going to notice about this type of snow, though, is just here, look at the ground, and you're going to see that really it's not sticking to anything. So right now, there's really not much of a buildup. That could change later on as we move throughout our day. So you do see people right now, cars driving on the road, really not many road problems that we've seen drivers have right now. The ground is pretty dry, so basically if you're out there, just know right now is a good time to drive. Maybe later on you could have some problems. Live in Denver, I'm Jessica Crawford, Denver 7.
All right, Jessica, thank you. As Stacey said, we are expecting those conditions to change throughout the afternoon, and so we will be tracking this snow all afternoon. And you can get 24/7 Colorado weather updates and live radar on your TV for free. Just download the free Denver 7 Plus app for your favorite streaming device.
It's gonna go up. Can't do much right now. Russia's responsible.
That was President Joe Biden yesterday when he was asked about gas prices. Prices spiked 8 cents across the country overnight after Biden announced the U.S. would stop importing Russian oil. And prices in Colorado have jumped nearly 10 cents overnight. Our average is inching closer to $4 a gallon. Right now it's at $3.91. Prices are up 50 cents from a week ago. Gas Buddy says the price of diesel could hit $5 or $6 a gallon. Now, we spoke to Jack Strauss, the chair of applied economics at DU. He says the spike in prices could impact summer travel, but it's unclear what gas prices will look like in a few months. Strauss says families will hurt the most with this current rise in prices.
Gasoline prices typically hurt lower to middle income people where they have the big minivans, they're driving the kids to school and soccer practice and etc. And they have to fill up the van. It's going to cost them an extra $10 to $20 per week to fill up the van to drive their kids to after school activities.
And with that extra money we're spending on gas, we're all trying to find some different ways to save. As Denver 7's Veronica Acosta reports, carpooling is one option to consider.
So it's not ideal, but it is an option. Those gas prices, they continue climbing. At this gas station that's right behind us, $3.99. That's the cheapest, close to $4. But for many of you, pulling out those wallets and paying that price, really not an option. It's something you're going to have to keep doing. If you are starting to poke around looking for some of those alternatives, we have one for you this morning. So it's a program called Way to Go. It's been around for 30 years or so. It's a part of Denver's Council of Regional Governments. And if you're asking yourself this morning, well, how does this work exactly? First off, you go to that Way to Go website. From there, you're going to input your location as well as your destination. It's going to give you a list of different people who drive roughly that same commute that you do. You can pick one, and then really the easy part, communicating with those folks and deciding how you're going to go about splitting that gas bill.
Gas prices are incredibly expensive right now, and saving money on gas is a big priority for Coloradans. One easy way to do that is to split the cost with someone else, carpool. We don't have to get in our cars and be single occupant vehicle drivers. We can absolutely, partner up and sort of share that commute load with others.
Way to Go also has this really cool aspect to it. It's called school pools. So that's for your kids, obviously. You pick what school they go to, and then it'll find what folks in your neighborhood already use the program. It'll pair you guys up. And then again, you get to decide how you guys go about splitting that gas bill. In Denver, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Interesting idea. Well, Governor Polis is joining other governors in urging Congress to suspend the federal gas tax. It's 18 cents per gallon. Some lawmakers are concerned losing that money would take away funding for infrastructure projects. The new infrastructure law relies on revenue from that gas tax. The Biden administration is turning to other countries in order to ease gas prices. U.S. officials met with Venezuela's president. They're considering lifting some sanctions on Venezuelan oil to backfill Russian supplies. And the U.S. engaged in high-stakes talks on Iran's nuclear program that could lift sanctions on its oil and pressing its partner Saudi Arabia to also pump more. Vice President Kamala Harris is on her way to Europe. She'll meet with leaders from Poland and Romania in Warsaw. Her trip comes a day after the U.S. rejected an offer by Polish leaders to make fighter jets available to the U.S. Poland wanted those jets to be given to Ukraine. The Broncos have their quarterback. In a blockbuster trade yesterday, the team got Russell Wilson from the Seattle Seahawks. In fact, Wilson is already in Denver. ESPN insider Mike Tannenbaum posted a tweet this morning showing Wilson wearing shorts alongside his agent here in the Mile High City. And Wilson is thanking his former team. He posted on Twitter this less than an hour ago saying, "Seattle, I love you. Forever grateful." Now, Broncos fans are excited about this trade. Yeah, no duh. We spoke to fans who are pretty pumped about getting the Super Bowl winning quarterback, the biggest name we've had since Peyton Manning.
He brings proven success of winning. Finally, someone who can actually lead the team.
He brings experience, he brings poise, and he's just a great figure. It's gonna be amazing here.
Now, for fans who want to snag a Russell Wilson jersey, you're going to have to wait. It usually takes a few weeks or months for jersey manufacturers to make a new jersey after a trade like this one, but other things like t-shirts could be available much sooner. Well, our Broncos insider Troy Rank says Denver was the only place Wilson wanted to go, citing the Broncos defense, run game, and wide receivers. He says Wilson is now the face of the franchise.
He will become the face of the franchise, and this now allows you to address multiple other needs in free agency and the draft, like outside linebacker, like defensive line, like tight end, and maybe even a right tackle.
So pumped about this. Now, taking a closer look at the trade, the Broncos will send Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and Shelby Harris to Seattle, along with 2 first-round draft picks, 2 second-rounders, and 1 fifth-round pick. They do get a 4th-rounder in return on top of Wilson. Now, for more coverage on the Broncos blockbuster trade and to read our Broncos insider Troy Rank's analysis, head on over to thedenverchannel.com. Well, it's March Madness for CU and CSU men's basketball teams. They start their conference tournaments tomorrow. CSU will play the winner of tonight's Utah State Air Force game in the quarterfinals of the Mountain West Conference tournament. CU also plays tomorrow night. They will face the winner of today's Oregon State game. Well, still ahead, CPW is offering a new pass to visit Colorado state parks. Plus, 2 months after the Marshall fire, some people who lost everything are still living in a hotel. And thanks to our Denver 7 Gives viewers, they don't have to worry about cooking dinner.